One thing that that's also true when you're opening up to someone, and maybe it might be something you can relate to.
Yeah.
One thing to bear in mind, I would say, is I took a conflict resolution course, which deals with knowing how to resolve conflicts, whether that's in a family setting or in a professional setting. It's a specialized course. It's not something most people take.
Yeah, I was gonna say. No.
I just happened to stumble across this course, and at the time I had someone that I was involved with, and they were taking, how do I put it? They were studying something in regards to mediation. They're doing a course in mediation, and it got suggested for them to do a conflict resolution course so they can learn how to resolve problems amongst two peers in either a family setting or a social setting, professional setting, anything of that sort. And one of the key things they pointed out is that when someone else is having a problem, it's better for you to listen to what they have to say and do your best to ask questions to allow them to express themselves. Often, they said things that can become a problem when someone else is going through something and you're trying to advise them is that sometimes you can take the attention off the person that has a problem and then put the attention on yourself. And it's indirect thing that happens. It's accidental. It's not intentional.
Yeah, of course.
Because as humans, we want to relate to people.
Yeah.
So, like in terms of what Benda was saying, when he was saying, you may have someone that you know that you can go, oh wait, I went through something similar.
Yeah.
So, even though you can point that out what may have helped you in some sort of capacity, but bear in mind to not rush and bulldoze the other person with not allowing them to get across specifically what they're going through, because you can accidentally either take the light off them or accidentally misadvise them because you're so caught up in yourself and wanting to compare your journey with their journey that you can take the light off them, and they end up not feeling heard. They hear you and they're going, wow, you're very excited to tell me about your story,
your old story.
But you didn't hear anything about me. You also didn't ask me any questions.
100%. I think what he said is 100% correct. You definitely need to ask questions, because it may be the same situation but slightly different. So again, listening is probably the most important thing.
Ask them questions about what they're going through, and this is also something that therapists tend to do when they're in therapy. When someone's in therapy, therapists will ask you questions over and over again to get you to express yourself. And it's an indirect way of trying to get you to answer your own questions.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Because if you're able to answer your own questions, then at the same time, you're also able to figure out for yourself, wow, that actually is what was going on. And I've just said what was going on, even though I couldn't figure out that that's what was occurring. I just said it out loud. So it's to get you to become more aware of the order of events that led you to that point, in your mental health and what's going on.
David Yost penned a heartfelt tribute on Instagram, writing, quote, "You had my heart on day one. So intelligent, so funny, so energetic. You shaped and transformed so many lives."
It's important for the kids to look up to someone, and that's, us for now.
What would you guys say is the question that you get asked the most at conventions?
Do you like green or white? That's the most common question I get. And then I say green, they're like, sorry, I'm a White Ranger fan. I'm like, that's still me. You know what I mean?
I think after 3 years, we always continue to change with the Ninjetti and stuff like that. It keeps the kids interested, and it gives the show a whole new look. I think it's important for the kids. I think it's important for them to see constant change. And change is good. The kids enjoy that.
The thing is, I'm proud of Power Rangers is that we were the #1 kid show in the world.
You've been on, I believe, more episodes than anybody, well over 200. I don't even know. Do you know how many?
I think 230-ish. Tommy was a very limited character. He's supposed to come in and out in about 10 episodes. What happened was, when the Green Ranger lost his powers, people all over the world were petitioning and telling Saban, we need, kids aren't going to school, kids aren't eating.
You're a true hero, Tommy.
Thanks, guys. There was a moment back there when I almost gave up. But then I realized, it's not just the cosmic power that gives me strength, but it's who and what I am inside that really empowers me.
but then they brought me back as the White Ranger. And it's been about 25 years. And, you know, it's just amazing to see the fans and to see the kids grow into a whole new generation.
Guess who's back?
Therapists are sometimes good. There's some people that prefer not to recommend therapists. I would say it's challenging for each individual person. But one way that I've been able to learn to try not to fall into depression or anxiety is for me to be accountable for my role in each individual choice that I make.
Yeah.
I think accountability can help you become more responsible and aware of what you chose.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a hand in your selection process, whether that's with an ex-partner or your current job, anything that you're unhappy with or that you were unhappy with, you had a role in that two-person situation of choosing a partner or choosing a relationship that, you know, you may not have been happy in. And you have to be aware of like, well, okay, I did have some responsibility in that and I chose it.
Like who? Do you mean government?
Government.
I'm saying everything. So like, for example, if someone gets fat, there's fat phobic. If someone has a high body count, sleeps around, they're slut shaming. Like they don't have the equivalent of that for men.
Mm-hmm.
In this instance, I'm saying like you get money from the government.
I just really
or from the guy.
So I wouldn't be able to comment on this because I don't personally take child support,
Right.
and I did make a decision with my baby father, but that's the choice I made, and I'm dealing with it.
No, and that's the thing. I respect people that take accountability, but it's like to me, I don't think anyone should bail anyone out for their bad decisions. So if you choose to make a child with a subpar guy, I don't think you're entitled to his money. You should have picked better.
But then the man's played just as much of a part to create that child as the woman.
No, because women are in charge of birth. It's your own fault if you get pregnant.
It's definitely
because we have 10 to 15 forms of birth control. Even if we get pregnant, you can get an abortion.
It's not just all men are bad. It's not just all women are terrible.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't blanket statement one gender or one group of people. You have to look at yourself as much as possible on a individual basis and look at things best you can on an individual basis. You know, that there's not much collusion. That you need to know when something's in your hands and when something is not in your hands.
Yeah, because I was gonna say easy things are like you get kidnapped. Well, that's not your fault. You can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
That's a situation you can look back. Oh, that traumatized me. PTSD. You can help that. So kidnap you or beat your family in front of you. That is out of your control.
Yeah.
And what he's saying, like things like, oh, yep, I went. A small example. I went to the strip club, found this lady. She cheated on me. Well.
Or took your wallet.
You took your wallet, but. You went to the strip club.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not the best place to go find a wife.
Yeah.
So that is in your control. No one forced you to go there. No one was like, you have to do that.
Yeah.
You went, this is a good idea. Now, what I love, what Kels is saying is, you kind of look at your situation and go, man, I really fucked up. Take accountability. Yeah. You can, of course, we can still be sad. For a brother, for a mate, I'll be like, I'll hurt. I'll be like, man, that's really shit. What happened to you? Yeah. I'm glad that you can look at yourself and be like, man, that was a really bad decision that I made. Yeah. How can I fix this?
Exactly.
And I think that's one of the most powerful things to do is kind of look at yourself and go, whoa, man, I really screwed that up. How can I be better? How can I do this next time that I'm not gonna put myself in this situation? Because I think one of the most dangerous things is continuously always telling yourself that, like, nah, it's not my fault. It's everyone else's fault. Because you'll never heal from that.
There's some people that live their lives as in victimhood.
Yeah.
Incomplete victimization.
Yeah, that's the word I was
and take zero accountability for their role and their choices.
Men and women.
There should be equality. We shouldn't treat men different compared to our women.
Patriarchy. I think that it's
it is
people
the patriarchy. It's society. It's how women are viewed in society.
That's some men who thrive and succeed because they're a man, because life is easy. Therefore, I'd be like, I would expect you.
Okay,
to have
I'm gonna give you an
income.
example. My dad's the top half a percentage of earners. Okay, he's the white man, right? But here's the thing. He worked 80 hours a week my whole life. I didn't get to see him.
Yeah.
How is that like the patriarchy when my dad put in 80 hours every week his whole life.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
from the time I was like
Yeah.
a child, right? Missed a lot
Yeah.
of shit. Like he earned that.
You can go through your entire adult life being upset at one gender because you made bad choices, and everyone is not responsible for your choices in your past. I always tell people who are looking for love and relationships in life, you have to be accountable for all of your past selections before you step into something new.
Yeah.
If you don't resolve your role in those past selections, then you'll come into a new relationship with old baggage.
Yeah.
And then you'll make someone else accountable for your past mistakes. And that new person, that is a gift in your present, to your present life. They're a gift. They're not accountable for where you just came from. You are. You're accountable for all of your past selections. And so you need to reflect on that and just make better choices. And you can find the love that you are seeking or the person that you're seeking if you can be an accountable person. Because people respect accountability. They respect ownership. They don't respect someone that is insufferable and they're blaming
the whole world,
the entire world, because that's a huge red flag. You go out on a date with someone and they immediately start bad mouthing their ex. You got to stop them and go, whoa. What did you do in that relationship? And they go, oh, well, I didn't. I'm like, everyone has a role in a relationship. So you chose that person. So what did you need to learn about that person before you committed to the relationship? Did you commit without learning everything you felt you needed to learn? And if you did, then, you need to take time to ask key questions about values in the relationship. It's not exactly a specific time period that you need to commit. There's no set time period. You don't need to go, I need to make them wait 3 months or a year before I commit to them or when I sleep with them. But you need to ask this person about their values, because on dating apps right now, most people get it very conflated. They'll talk about hobbies.
Yeah, I was gonna say your favorite things.
I want adventures.
And I want someone with a 4x4.
Someone that likes hiking.
I was like, what the heck?
I want someone that likes jet skiing.
Anyone can like these.
Someone
things.
that can listen to Alanis Morissette and also listen to DMX. It's like these are all personal preference hobbies, but they have zero to do with values.
Yeah, 100%.
And
you could be the worst person and like all those things.
Yeah, and that's a very technical subject me and Benda can talk about at a later point, because we see on dating apps a lot of ladies get it very conflated to mix hobbies over values. And values at the end of the day is what determines how far your relationship's gonna go. What do you believe in balance and of a relationship, and to sustain a future and connection and connectivity, things that are important to you. Hey guys, if you want to watch more clips, click here.
And if you want to watch the full podcast, click right here.